A great packable backpack will change your life. Take the best travel bag you have and put one of these in it, just at the bottom. So it doesn't take up much space at all. But when you get there, you've got a full enough featured bag to do the day bag stuff with. You don't have to travel with a separate bag in your hand. I love to have a good backpack when I get there, and this one from Unbound Merino is excellent. Look at the thickness on these straps. Look at the mesh here, luggage pass-through. Quick access pocket on the top that goes down nice and far, like my hand's all the way in there. And 2 water bottle pockets that collapse with zippers for when you want a sleeker look. You've got an optional tech pouch that can fit inside, attaching with magnets here, and then you pull this thing off, and it has included straps, and you wear it as a little sling for your little side day trips. Put that on your back. It's kind of cute. But it's more than cute because it has a crap ton of organization, and they actually did a great job in here. This performance mesh for the pockets, these little dividers that has some dimension behind this for putting in larger items. Some good looking little organization and zippered bits right here with a little spot for your tablet or Kindle. But I gotta be honest, what excites me about this bag the most, besides the fact that it doesn't take up too much space in the bag. I don't care how much I've packed the bag, I can fit this. Besides the fact that I actually like the straps and it feels like a real backpack, what really turns me on is you've got a solid laptop compartment. It's not the most padded, protected thing for your laptop. That's gonna be the case with all of these. Most of these don't have laptop pockets. What I like about this one is it has more structure. For a packable bag, you're running in this balance between enough structure to look and feel like a real bag, but enough lightweightness so that it's not taking up too much space in the bag. Most of the bags I'm going to show you are extremely lightweight. This one is super unique in that it looks and feels like an actual slick dope bag when you get there. Especially the material in this. I don't know what they're doing here, but I like it a lot. Okay, it's almost like a canvas, and then this has like a reinforced plastic bit here because that's what your tech pouch hangs on with those magnets. Little meshy up here and little stash kind of down the front of the bag. I just like the sleekness of this so much. But even how they have sewn this in and attached this, you see this little flap right here on top? See how it's kind of welded together? It's like folded over and melted together to give you this really crisp edge. This is the kind of craftsmanship on this bag that I didn't know was gonna be there. And it's nice when you have a good bag when you're on your little day trip, right? Baguettes in Paris. Work trips, right? This is work, sleek, cool, business in the front, party in the back kind of guy. So I've got 10 bags here to show you that I want to compare to help you make the right choice for you, for a packable bag. Because like I said, it will absolutely change your life. When you've got something that you like thrown in your bag, you can forget about it, you might not even need it, but that time when you need it, when you're like, oh, I'm gonna throw my board shorts and a travel towel into my backpack in case, or while we're walking through Barcelona, we get near the beach. And you're like, glad I brought that. But first, this episode is brought to you by AO Skincare. Stop washing your face with stuff that's stripping your natural oils and your microbiome. I did not think much about my skincare until my younger, bigger brother, who was a total stud, very good with the ladies, I realized he was taking it seriously. He was talking to my ex-wife about ideas for taking care of his skin on his face, specifically around his eyes. And I was like, what? So I started doing my own research. And the number one thing I learned is use an oil-based cleanser. Soap-based cleansers are too harsh. They're acidic, so they damage your skin more over time. So when these guys at AOS Skincare got in touch, somebody there watches the channel. It's made by dermatologists, and they have the craziest ingredients list. It's like these rare plants from frickin' New Zealand. I've become absolutely religious about it. I do it every night before bed. If I just have this, like I have so much of my evening routine, pre-bed thing, I have become addicted to the feeling after washing my face with this stuff. Your face feels completely differently. So I'm a massive fan of this. I'm so glad they're sponsoring the channel because you're not gonna get any younger without something like this, and stop washing your face with regular soap and stuff. So shout out to AO Skincare. Use my link below. I think you can get 30% off. Okay, let's talk about an ultralight little packable backpack. This one's from Matador. I think they call it the Reform or Refaction, and it's excellent. It's small. There's no laptop compartment, but you have these beautiful stretch mesh water bottle pockets and a zippered pocket up front that has that stretch mesh on the front as well. Really dope materials. It is the kind of nylon or polyester, I think this is a nylon, that you'll see on a lot of these bags, right? Just they're looking for the lightest weight. We're looking for tear resistant, rip stoppy, something that's not gonna get snagged, something that's gonna last a long time. Inside you have nothing, okay? Besides this zippered quick access pocket, has a little punch inside, but you just have a sack. So you throw some stuff in there and you've got yourself just a little simple backpack. There's nothing to it. Again, the highlight of this one is it is super minimal. Basically the most minimal, except for one that I'm gonna show you. Nice straps, a nice little sternum strap. I would definitely recommend on all of these you wanna look for one with a sternum strap, because a lot of times these will get used for hiking. And hiking's just great when you have water bottle pockets and just enough capacity, comfortable enough straps. You do have some mesh on the inside of here, which is nice, and a little sternum strap just to hold you on. I love going on long day trips where all you need is a few snacks and water bottles, like some meat sticks, maybe like some sunscreen or whatever, and you're just off and you're going through like some hike in, I don't know, Japan or Hawaii. Let's go there. These two are a little bit beefier, kind of like that first one from Unbound Merino, which I'll link to that and everything that I'm talking about in order with timecode links below. This is the Aer Go 2. And now this is one of my faves personally, because I've used it a lot, because it's thicker. It does have a little laptop compartment spot that I feel fine about. None of these are going to protect your laptop the way that you want. The Unbound Merino first one is going to have the most protection. These are like all going to be pretty lightweight. Great little magnetic flap up front. One of the cool things about a packable bag is when you're just shoving your puffy jacket or your rain jacket into a place like that. Big, beautiful water bottle pockets. Never had problems with these. Quick access here on the top, and then inside it's going to be hard to see, but there's a little bit of meshy organizer and some pouch like organizer type things up here, but you're really talking about your capacity and then your style, like what it looks like. And I think this has a great style, as does this one from Aer Go, which is like, I don't think it's even designed to be a packable bag, just to be like an ultralight bag. It does collapse down nicely, and it does have some structure here on the back panel, and your straps are the thickest of all of these we'll look at today. Top loader bit here where you've got a meshy inside, and then that's your access to your main compartment, which is very spacious. It's taller than a lot of the others that you're gonna see here. You get that floppy doppy. So whatever's in here is gonna be weighing that down every time you lift it up, unless you've packed it in a way where you can just open a little bit on the zipper on the top, reach in and grab what you need, if it's like in pouches or if there's just a few items in there. But you can see how floppy this material is. It's great when you pack it out. This is smaller, and that's why I've always opted for this. I also love the straps on this one. They're like adorable. But over here you have this one juicy water bottle pocket, which can fit quite a bit. An external pocket on the side that has a key clip in it. This one from Aer Go probably has the most capacity, which is both a feature and a bug. Because when it's not filled out a bunch, it's just kind of moofy. You know, it looks larger. So these are a couple options along with that Unbound Merino one in the very beginning for something that looks a little sleeker and more real bag. Of all those, I'd say this wins the most real bag award. This is a bag that's a little bit like, this feels elevated. These feel functional, this feels elevated. Okay, a couple here that are, one's brand new. This is from Pakt, it's brand new. I have seen these before because I was a part of making some videos for their launch for these, but this is the Stash Packable Backpack, which I just think they did an awesome job with. This is totally new feature set for Pakt. Nice organization. This is from Bellroy. It's their light day pack, which these are similar to me. These feel similar to me in terms of the amount of bulk, the amount of softness, the amount of organization. This Bellroy, for example, has great organization like in this front panel. It does have a laptop pocket without any protection. It does have, I just like the look of this thing. I love these zipper pulls. Paracord with some heat shrink. Really nice straps, and I love the mesh on the back. There's something about this kind of mesh that feels so like right on. I don't know. Every time I've gone for it, it's felt great. My daughter used this bag for a while. Adorable little straps. It doesn't even come in this color anymore. They have this good looking cream white, a black, and then like a reddish orange. This one from Pakt, even slightly, maybe a little, it's like a little more classy, a little more refined. This feels a little more outdoorsy and playful and humanist. This feels, I don't know, a little more sophisticated. I love these paracord zip pulls with the smaller than these ones with the heat shrink there. This classic tech taco pocket up front that has some gussets, which I love on, Pakt's day bag, their 22 liter, is one of the bags that I've used most in the last year, and I loved using that. Main reason probably because I like the looks of it, but also just this top tech pocket. Different on this because you just have a flimsy material. There's not as much structure, right? You also have a zippered pocket down in here, and you can see this little decal right here. This whole bag folds up into that pocket. I'll show you that because a lot of these bags do this, and I gotta be honest, like I would never travel with this bag like this. This takes up more space in the bag than laying it flat, right? Am I crazy about this? We would all lay this flat in our bag if we were going to use it. This takes up too much. This is taking up more air and volume like this than it did when it was lying down, right? When I travel with a packable bag, I'm planning on always using that bag. When I get to where I'm going, the packing cubes come out or the clothes come out, and then I grab this thing and I throw my laptop and my tech and the things that I need into this for that day or 2 or 3 or 9 that I'm gonna be there, because this is what I live out of when my laptop's in it, because I'm a damn creator, bro. Speaking of which, you have a little laptop divider in here. Same with this, just kind of like a divider and no organization in here, which I don't mind at all, because what I'll probably be doing is grabbing a tech cube from my travel backpack and just throwing that into there. With a tech cube and laptop, I have everything that I need. I like that kind of modularity when I'm working with a packable bag. So these two are this interesting mix of like, they're just regular old, I love the back panel on this Pakt one too. Like these, both of these are just fucking delightful, pardon my French. I just love the look of this. I don't know. They have it in these other colors, all the colors. When I was filming it up in Bozeman, I was just like, dude, this looks so good on the overhead camera. Super interesting materials on these. Great just details. Like this little loop pull right here. So chunky and nice. You'd be stoked with either of these. For that like a little more playful look, a little less sleek, I think you can make this one feel a little more sleek than this. Well, this one in white is kind of nice. Let's go super touristy and outdoorsy with these, okay? This is Cotopaxi. You've probably seen some of these out and like they did such a great job with this idea and this brand and everything. This is made from scraps from their other bags. There's a way you can, and if you get a custom bag, like you don't even know what you're getting half the time, I think. But I think on the website they show you, like here's what we have. It's just a sack with some super mesh straps, sternum strap, and classic style drawstring like this. You're buying this because you need to have a zippered pocket up front. You're buying this to look like this, frankly. It's good, and it's like not an expensive bag. It's great material. It's made well. It's like a responsible B Corp. You're buying it for all those reasons. I would prefer almost if I was doing this. This is just super lightweight. This is from Gossamer Gear, who's out of Austin, Texas, and there's nothing to it except for nice little straps. Just super minimal, lightweight. You feel comfortable with these straps. And then an upgraded kind of drawstring. I only see this on ultralight bags for some reason, but this is so much better than that pinch and roll. The pinch and roll thing on this is it's irritating. You've done this before. You have lots of bags like this. It feels kind of nostalgic and classic until you're using this and you're just like, it's just better. Now, when we talk about folding a bag into its own pocket kind of thing, it's like, this is gonna get you pretty damn far with that. This is nothing. So if you want to just have a tiny thing that you might need fine, here you go. There's no laptop compartment, there's no quick access, there's no external access, there's just straps and a drawstring, right, and capacity. So this is a little thicker if you're going for that. This is a lot thinner and more minimal. Speaking of minimal and thin, this is from Matador. Now, they seem to have, I don't know, I mean, they almost seem like they started with just these really technical packable bags. The most lightweight little guy. And they have like different sizes of this bag. But if you're doing Hawaii and you're like, we're gonna do some adventure trekking. We're gonna be out in nature a lot, or it's like I wanna have that outdoorsy look. I wanna lash down some stuff with some stuff. I wanna be able to have a roll top expandability, very water resistant. Little pocket on the outside, great water bottle pockets. I love a big stretch mesh water bottle pocket. Super simple, but kind of sexy straps. This isn't soft. This is like, spank me, I deserve it. That's right, I will be tough for you. No meshy on the back, right? You're just kind of somehow load adjusters on the straps. You've got a little hip thing. I don't know. When I think of this bag, I think of, I think I'm in Thailand and I'm like really outdoorsy, but then I'm like, I think I want more. I'm a digital guy, so I gotta have my laptop. I'm going to the cafe to work, you know? This is more of an outdoorsy bag. This one I've always loved, but haven't personally used. It's almost lighter than all of them. They're all so light. It's almost lighter. It's this mix of functionality because you have this open into nothing, kind of just capacity, really lightweight material. I always think that this is a laptop compartment, but it's not. It's just a little bit of mesh and padding on the back of the bag, but very little, right? Very little. I like these straps. It's a nice mix. This is from Tortuga. Fred at Tortuga is like a gangster of making bags that are like just for kind of pro travelers. And this is their packable bag. You do have a quick access pocket on the top, which is just capacity. And it's kind of nice materials. Beautiful stretch mesh over here. These are big. These are big, juicy water bottles. These are excellent water bottle pockets. The Europeans don't like that I care so much about the water bottles. I carry a big water bottle, a big heavy water bottle. I don't mind. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take in case we need it. In case we need it. I might need it right now. Okay, the final two here, if I don't show you the ones that are like discontinued or they're not selling anymore, but I'm like, those are good bags. I wish they were still there. There's one from Wander. There's one from Arcedo, but they're not on the websites right now, so I won't cover them. This one's from Nomatic. They're still selling this guy. No pocketing on the front. Decent water bottle pockets. Cool zip pulls that are just kind of like wire, big chunkies. And inside, you do have a divider for your laptop, which mine is full of sand. I'm feeling right now, because we used this on some trip to Mexico years ago. Decent capacity, little quick access on the top. It is just kind of like a stylish, a little bit getting more towards stylish. It does have this one gimmick where it folds down into itself like this, and then when it's folded, you have these sort of, it's like this Ninja Turtle half shell, heroes in a half shell, turtle power, which again adds weight and density to this that I think it's better to pack it flat. It's one of those things where like, I don't want you adding weight to the thing if I'm going to pack it down, but if you're interested in having like a chunk, like little like thing, let me get my backpack, then this would be great for that. This would be great for that. Is that you? And then there's this guy from Stubble Co, which I think, honestly, I just think is adorable. I think it's awesome. I love a backpack strap that just has these two chunks like this. It might sound dumb. There's no mesh on the inside, okay? So if you're going tank tops with this thing, it's a little bit, you know, it's not recommended, I guess, but I wouldn't care because that's like this whole thing's so playful. It's like $69. I just love the look of this strap. Decent water bottle compartments that have some stretch here. Not my fave, but like pretty good. The worst is when you got a big water bottle and like it's unsecure in your water bottle compartment. That sucks, you know. Zipper on the front for just a little pouch here. One single zipper that opens up this like big old bullet, you know. And then you've got no laptop compartment. You can see there's a tiny bit of padding back there, a little bit of like a very lightweight foam. This is your like internal compartment of the bag, which has like a thicker material than it should. And there's a double zipper in here. I don't know why I would need to zip this from the inside. Oh, probably because this whole thing folds inside of this thing. Clever to use the pouch that you're going to fold it inside of, just like Pakt did. It's like we made another pocket inside the bag, and if you want, you can fold it all into this thing. But again, you guys, you save more space when you do it like this. Just super simple. But somehow I find myself delighted with it, which is one of those things. It's like, you like it when you're delighted by a product. You like it. It happens tangibly. You don't even think about it. It zhuzhes you up a little bit because you made the decision to get this one instead of that one, right? I like those little details of that material right there. That feels like a hell yes. This every time I lift this up to put my laptop in it, it's structured, it's rigid, it's considered, it's thicker. In terms of my favorite to use, it's been these three. Okay? The Pakt, the Unbound Merino, and the Aer Go. I have way more experience with the Aer Go, but now at this stage, given the feature set of this one, I'm very excited about this because it has more structure. But for when I'm actually going for a minimal lightweight bag, I like the usability of this one. It feels, they're just different styles, okay? It's just different styles. This is more playful than this. This is sleeker. I'm wearing Unbound Merino's pants right now. Very sleek. 98% merino. 2% something elastane, I think. I'm trying to get all the plastics off my balls, frankly. Very sleek pants. They make me look good. I've gotten lots of compliments. You know, they're skinny on me. They have a normal, which is pretty skinny, and then I think a regular or relaxed, which is much less skinny. They like the skinny. This is that kind of sleekness that you get to have in your travel backpack, ready to go when you get to Berlin or whatever for the meeting and some hangouts and some museum visits. Okay, what did you think of that? What's your take? Do you have a favorite? Where you land on this? Packable bags. Should we do a little ramble? I feel like we've rambled quite a bit. Toxic positivity. That's fascinating. I'm someone who for some reason got comfortable with the dark feelings. Too comfortable in the density and the darkness, the shame and the wallowing, and Jesse's someone who's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not where I want to be. There's a balance here between being able to lift yourself up out of the current darkness that you're in. Where do we do that from? Will is one place it can be done from. Deciding not to be in that. My favorite way of doing that is something physiological, like a cold plunge or something where I don't want to do it, but I know I should change the physiology of my body because then I'll be having different thoughts, right? That's the trick. Jump on a trampoline. Lay on a Shakti mat. But for me, it is incorporating these dark, shadowy energies that I think is important. It's not resisting them. When you meet someone who doesn't own their shit, you can tell. I want to be with people who own their shit. That's what I want. At this stage of life, I need you to own your shit. I don't need you to wallow in it, but I do need you to have, tasted it. It's that thing where we don't conquer our demons, we rise above them, or we invite them to tea at the table, and they're a part of the conversation. Liz Gilbert has this great thing. She's talking about her fear. She's like, fear, you have to, you can come on the road trip if you have to, but you don't get to choose what's on the radio. I like that approach. It's not toxically positive, though. I find myself more and more wanting to actually be that. I want people to call me toxically positive, because what that would indicate is a structure I've built inside myself, some architecture of willpower towards an outcome that I desire, a manifestation. And the idea that there's going to be roadblocks again and again and again, and the game, the art, the beauty of life is turning that darkness into light. I'm used to going see, I knew I was dumb. I knew I was an idiot. I knew I was wrong. I knew I was bad. I knew I was broken. For some reason, that response was really efficient in me. And so I've had to learn to kind of hey, buddy, how you doing? You okay? Being with that part of myself, inviting that to tea over time. He's starting to be yeah, I don't really want to wallow out here. you know, and wait for someone to save me. Like I'm gonna save myself. Like I'm gonna be part of the solution. Shout out to AO Skincare. These are legit. They have a sunscreen that I've never used. I use this oil-based cleanser every damn night. And I do this every night as well, the serum shot. Just a tiny bit of both of them. And it feels great. Shout out to all the companies who sent me their stuff. Links to everything below. Support the channel. It's literally how I put food on the table. So thank you for all of you who are supporting independent creators. I know we have this kind of like weird like thing where it's like, if you're going to buy something that you research, if you use my stuff to research it, would you mind using my link? I always try to get a discount on my links for companies because then you have an incentive to use my link because it's like literally how I put food on the table. So thanks to all of you, I don't know, being conscientious about your consumption, figuring out what you really need before you just start pulling out the credit card and trying shit. These packable bags, for example, is a great example of the kind of thing you can get on Amazon, super cheap, and be really, really, really happy. And it breaks at some point, but it's just like consumables. All these brands that I'm showing you here have a point of view. They're made by interesting people making great decisions about the materials that they're using, about their manufacturing process and factories, about the design and orientation to like how they think a person should use a bag like this. And I just like that. I like that a lot. But I'm sure you could get like some Amazon shit out there. I've never looked. I've never even looked. But you could be really happy with that. I like to have a little zhuzh, a little elevation, especially since like some of them are like $60 or something. So they're not exactly deal breakers in price. All right. Find care, take care, serve hard and dig in. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Bye.